Got a client who has constant headaches and it's not resolving with normal care, or a neck pain problem that just isn't going away. This video is going to be for you. We're going to talk about some deep muscles in the suboccipitals. What's up, everybody? I'm Dr. Matt Maggio, creator of the Peak Method and founder of the Soft Tissue Revolution, where I'm on a mission to help people that are injured and in pain get access to quality, hands-on soft tissue treatment so we can make chronic injuries obsolete. So in today's video, in the Muscle of the Week breakdown, I wanted to talk about the suboccipital muscles. These are very important and they're very underdiagnosed, not fixed correctly, and can cause a lot of problems in headaches, neck problems, neck tension, and anything else you can think of when there's a problem up in the neck. So I have my model here, and the suboccipitals are very deep. They're deep to the trap, they're deep to the cervical erector, semispinalis cervicis, semispinalis capitis, semispinalis splenius capitis. You know, look at me trying to be all smart saying all those muscles. But they sit really deep. And the one specifically that I'm going to talk about today is in here. It's called the Rectus Capitis posterior minor. And basically what it does is it goes from the base of what's called the C1 up into the skull. And it gets a lot of problems involved with it. There's an issue with the Rectus Capitis posterior minor. It can have all sorts of things. You can get migraine headaches, you can get tension headaches, you can get localized neck pain. The problem is it's really deep and it's very hard to get to because you have to work through a lot of tissue, as I said before. Now, you're unable to get to this tissue if you have the client laying face down. I don't care what anybody says. You can't get through that tissue. You can't work through that trap. You can't work through all those deep erectors. You have to have the client lying on their back to get that. And then what I also do is I kind of create a fulcrum where I'll have their skull resting on my knee and then go like that. And that opens that up and allows that upper area where you have your C2 and C1 vertebrae to open up so you can start to get access to this. Now, when I go in there and palpate, what I do is I get right on the midline. And what you have to do first is you need to bow the trap and the semispinalis capitis out of the way because that muscle lives deep right through there. And if you're trying to treat it through the semispinalis and the trap, you're not actually treating that. You're just treating those muscles. You're not getting there. Now, when these muscles are really inflamed and they cause problems, people can get some of those headaches. They get like those migraines or those tension headaches that like feel like a question mark or a specific spot right in that area. The thing is, nobody's actually getting in there and actually breaking that down and treating that. I actually have a free training where I teach that in our Facebook group. If you go in there and look, I have some palpation of those muscles so you can find that easier. A big thing with these muscles are they just get overworked. They get overworked because everybody is on their phone all the time looking down. So when they're looking down on their phone all the time, those muscles are constantly stretched. And when they're stretched, they don't get enough blood flow, they don't get enough oxygen, and they really start to lay down that scar tissue that I talked about. And that makes the muscle weaker, less flexible. Another problem that happens up in here too is there's a lot of nerves that run up there, you know, the greater occipital nerve, and that scar tissue can actually adhere to that as well, causing bigger problems down the road. So knowing that the client might potentially be having this problem, especially if you're struggling with a neck client where you're really just working down low on the traps and the rhomboids, but you haven't addressed anything up in the neck itself, a lot of times that's where the problem is coming, because if the top of the skull can't move right, it puts more pressure down on the lower part. So people are getting pain here, but the dysfunction might actually come higher up. A big thing is being able to figure out exactly what's going on so you can help the client get better, because at the end of the day, we need to be in the business of fixing people, not just providing a service. So if you're struggling, want to get better at treatment, you know you can do more, click the link for our free training. Reach out to us. We're taking on people in our next round of our group to our testing to get a better overall treatment. So that's all I got for this video today. If you want to get a more advanced look into the palpation, what we do, make sure you join the Facebook group. The Facebook group has all that in there in the unit section. If you have any questions, send me a message. I'm always here to help. And if you have any comments or concerns, send it as well. It'll help me kind of figure out what I want to do for content going forward and try to help you become the best soft tissue practitioner you can be. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.